This is the deep dives into some fun, spooky topics this month. We've been doing No Sleep Month. Crash Talk is more current headlines, pop culture, what's going on in the world today, in the world of the mysterious and, the tagline.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the tagline. What the show is. So, what's up, man? What have you been up to?
In the last 24 hours,
Yeah,
I've been
exactly.
extremely excited about all of the new updates around the UAP topic, and we're going to get to some of those today.
You excited about UAP?
Yeah, another great volleyball game. My daughter played last night, back-to-back games. These kids are soldiers, and they won both games. And it was a really close race on the second one. And even though they were exhausted, the other team was fresh. And they would literally back-to-backed it. They still came out on top. It was
dope.
Dude, it was like watching a pro game. It was fun. These are fun games.
Really?
So I'm really proud of her. So yeah, that was
I go and I watch, and it's actually they're savages. Just
dude, they're really good. There's some volleys where I'm like, what? How did they return this? Yeah, it's cool.
I don't even know the rules to volleyball. What do you do this? Anyway, so UAP stuff. I know I got some stuff I want to talk about.
Yeah, we got some updates in a few stories that we've talked about on Crash Talk before. So I'm excited to kind of follow up on some of these little things that we've talked about before. And audience, Crash Talk is very much interactive. So as we go, throw questions out there. Ask us about things, about past shows or topics or new topics you want us to discuss.
Something
on
in
this
the news,
show.
something from the show, anything.
Yeah.
Everything.
We want to talk to you.
Yeah. So
Crash Talk.
yes. That's another way
Yeah.
to put it. Also, our first episode or our first episode, I guess I don't really want to have it be episodic, but our first episode of Red Eye is coming out soon.
Yep.
Which is a new edited. It's pre-recorded, edited, all that good fun stuff that looks nice.
Right.
And so we got one about something topical going on in the news.
Yeah, we've got a couple coming. Yeah, Red Eye's going to be fun. It's a new, as you said, if you don't want to make it episodic, it is a new series that we're launching.
Yeah.
Everything we do here is live.
Yeah.
This will be its own playlist, if you will,
Yeah, 100%.
of pre-recorded, edited content where we pick topics that we really want to discuss
And
on
do the
the
deep
show
dive.
and dive deep, edit
Yeah.
it, bring it to you in the best possible way we can.
Where it looks best. Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
Because
Yeah.
and it's, I'll tell you what, doing this first one, it's so different because live, you have to be so on point and you have to say everything right. You have to have all your, facts lined up, all your ducks in a row. This, dude, I was able to say sentences 15 times. It was amazing.
It's funny watching other podcasts that obviously are all mostly pre-recorded.
Yeah.
There's cuts every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You notice a cut constantly.
Yeah.
These guys are editing mid-sentence, literally nonstop, all of these shows.
Yeah.
So it is weird. Like a live show like ours to something like that is way different.
Oh, yeah. Especially those YouTube video essays. There's a cut. It'll be like, so yesterday we went... And it's literally cut every few words.
Have you seen the mainstream is talking about, and that's why we're here.
They're all British too, which is true.
Right.
But so let's start maybe with the UAP stuff.
Chase first in the chat. Boom.
There he is.
20
There he
points
is.
to Gryffindor.
No, he's actually Slytherin. No,
Are
he's
you?
He's a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I think
He's a
more
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
We can agree. No, he's a whatever he wants to be.
Yeah,
but
man.
so UAPs, you were saying there's some crazy stuff going on. Some
Dude,
developments
before we even get into that,
okay,
there was a story we discussed a few weeks ago about
Which one?
Disney launching this new Snow White movie, and that there was a lot of controversy. And we have a short, it's thousands of views on this short, where we actually get into the problems that people are having with this specific release. So I found out recently there is a competing version of Snow White being released specifically because of all the controversy around Disney's.
So they're basically going to be doing all the things that Disney is getting backlash for.
Yeah, exactly. So they're trying to make a version that is for the people that don't like the changes Disney's making.
Smart.
And I want to play that clip, and I want you to see your reaction to what
I
they're
haven't
doing.
seen this.
Because you were more on the side of they're changing the inherent story.
Yeah.
Which is, why not make a new movie if you're going to change everything?
Yeah.
not a bad argument. And there's a lot of people out there that feel that way. So this company made their own version of Snow White. So let's check it out. And there's a little trailer for it too.
Oh, wow.
I'm excited to see what you think.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I also want to say that it wasn't just about them not casting dwarves as the dwarves. They're not having dwarf actors. They're having, I think there's one dwarf actor, but the rest are just colorful characters.
Random people.
Yeah. And also Rachel Ziegler's comments, the girl who was playing Snow White, basically said, I don't enjoy the character.
Or the story.
Yeah, I watched it once when I was a kid and I thought it was weird. She called Prince Charming like a stalker.
She hated on the source material. That's what made people upset. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And this clip we're going to talk, it kind of mentions some of the gripes that people have.
Okay.
So yeah, it's good. It's a great source too. If you guys don't watch the Hill. It's a good independent media source.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, cool. Let's see what we got.
Boom. Let us know, too, in the comments what you think.
Trolling Disney? The Daily Wire news website reportedly has made a movie to rival Disney's new Snow White live-action movie.
Isn't that crazy?
Following backlash over the quote-unquote woke Disney remake.
Titled Snow White and the Evil Queen, the Daily Wire's rival film stars YouTuber Brett Cooper as the princess in the fairy tale. Let's watch some of the trailer they released.
Who? Brett Cooper?
Yeah, she's an influencer.
Oh, it's a girl.
Yeah, she's a YouTube influencer or whatever platform. But yeah.
So this girl that's playing Snow White is a YouTube influencer.
Yeah. A YouTube star. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Probably tons of followers, obviously.
Yeah.
To get the leading role of a film.
Yeah, playing a Disney princess. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got.
In time a prince would come.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and it looks well produced. I mean, even look at the animation's pretty good.
Yeah.
The CGI.
Yeah.
And the song is all about how she wants a prince, which is one of the gripes of the.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I think we can volume it here. It's a news source.
Yeah, but the song, DMCA.
Well, they didn't get it. Isn't that funny? And she looks classically like Snow White looks, and but you could play a little bit more. It talks about the specific gripes, and but yeah. So right off the bat, what's your reaction to somebody creating a competing version of this film because of all of the backlash?
I think that's smart, and I just love the idea of the more art out there, the more interpretations, the better. I think Disney, because it's their IP, that they have a lot of responsibility to do the right movie, make the right movie, to do the right thing, and to make the movie that people want to see, and to not let any bias on their own parts,
I agree that if it was
the film.
If it was like Huntsman, Snow White and the Huntsman, where they were changing all of it, you know what I mean, in their own way and creating a new film.
See, that was a cool movie to me.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that at all.
You could cast whoever you want, do whatever you want, because it's different.
We're not talking about it's not the story that we all know. This is sort of
not just the story. The songs are all the same, right? The story beats are going to be the same. That's what Disney does with these remakes. They try and remake the cartoons in live action.
Basically is exactly what they do.
And we've talked about before, they do make changes, but it is all the same songs. It is the same story beat. They want it to be that cartoon in live action.
They just modernize these old cartoons.
So if you're going to
do it in live action,
keeping it pretty close to the original source material makes sense if that's the goal.
The goal, absolutely.
So I see that side of the argument for sure.
Yeah, if the goal is to make a modern day interpretation that is
it could take place
cool
in the
unique.
Bronx, right? Doesn't
Dope.
matter.
I love that. I love
you
that.
Could change everything.
One of the best examples of that is what is that? Where it's like a Shakespeare Othello.
Or even I was thinking, I thought you were going to go to Romeo and Juliet, where
I was
going to
say, but that's updated, but they basically say use the same verbiage.
But they use guns, and it takes place in a modern metropolitan area.
The guns are called sword,
cool,
that's the maker.
right?
Like instead of a Glock, this is a sword 22.
Yeah.
So
Hand me
smart.
my long sword.
Long sword's a shotgun.
Yeah.
So freaking cool.
Oh yeah.
Tina Z, what up?
So that's a cool interpretation of classic material, and where they're using it because it's based on the play. You really can't change anything.
Yeah.
But it was an interpretation. This is not an interpretation. It is the same film, just with live action actors. So I get why changing everything about it, but keeping the exact same story and songs, that's like a weird move.
Yeah. That's a weird middle ground.
Right, yeah. And I'm surprised how many people are actually upset about it. Do you think this film will do well?
I don't know. It sort of looked like a porn to me, like a porn parody of an actual movie. Right?
Let's hear what they had to say, because I think both of these people have a different stance on this. So I like hearing these debates.
By the way, I did just want to say, Tina Zrega is our highest in our highest tier on our Patreon. So we just want to give her a round of applause. Tina, you rock. We thank you so very much.
Thanks for supporting the channel.
Thank you so much. But yeah, let's watch this. Let's watch this. See what we got.
Ba-ba-boom.
Ba-ba-booey.
Trailer, but looks very nice to me.
I'm very happy for people who want to watch this film to live in a free country where they can do so.
Exactly.
Oh, she's being annoying already.
She's being obnoxious. Yeah, okay. That's her role.
I don't know. It's like trolling. Okay, Disney is a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate who has done research and assessed what the appetite for a certain kind of movie is. It's weird also to be kind of criticizing Disney over it, because I think a lot of the controversy over their new live-action Snow White film is about the actress who's kind of gone out on her own and saying things that are her own personal politics and beliefs that may or may not be fully reflected
the background
in the movie.
here.
Which would get you fired from this role in any other film. If it wasn't this, no actor goes against the director and the studio.
The studio especially,
they lose
bite the hand
role
that feeds.
Yeah,
and she already lost. She was supposed to be in all these other Disney projects that they were doing.
Really?
And yep, she's out.
Okay, so there is some consequence for what she's been doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there already has been. So yeah, she's made error, and I remember when Disney used to make sure that they had their actors all publicity trained,
right, and muzzled. For the most part.
Well,
nowadays,
dude, still MCU.
Not talking is huge.
MCU is owned by Disney, and those guys know how to keep their trap shut. And the ones who don't,
I know.
They're like 3 times. It's been the biggest deal.
Yeah.
When Bruce Banner, what's the actor?
Oh, that was so great,
dude.
Ruffalo, when he screwed that up.
He did 2 things. One, he had his phone on in the screening of Civil War, and the other one.
That's right.
Yeah, and
he goes, everybody gets killed at the end of Infinity War. Yeah, he gets snapped away.
And literally, Rhodes, Don Cheadle's like, dude, what the fuck?
What are you doing? Yeah, he's like, what? They didn't know that? Yeah.
Because I think what Ruffalo was trying to do was be funny.
Yeah.
But be like, he's like, you guys don't know, I'm dead serious.
Yeah, that's great.
Like they are gonna kill everybody at the end of Infinity War. So it's like,
but
everybody
Cheadle,
dies.
Confirms it almost by just getting so
saying,
upset.
Dude, what are you doing? Yeah.
Happy teacher, welcome.
Happy teacher,
welcome
what up?
back.
Good evening. You can tell she's a teacher and a mom.
Yeah.
Good evening. She sounds very aristocratic.
Or she's the exact opposite of that and just being ironic with the name.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
She's like some guy.
A southern
It's a guy who lives in his basement.
Yeah.
In Norfolk.
There you go.
All right.
The actress cast to play Snow White in the Disney remake has said a lot of disparaging things about the source material, has described the prince as creepy, said
he's
Snow
a stalker.
White should be, wanting other things than what were in the original movie, and it has annoyed
But that's not going to be
people.
depicted in their version.
Is it a
Spit it
out there statement in 2023 to say that if we were to write a story today, look, it's grim. Like no one's expecting, no one's holding grim.
It's grim.
I think she meant it literally. Yeah, it's grim, so it's not going to be a current politically correct.
I'm saying like the Brothers Grimm. That's not what she's saying.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, that's what she means.
I think
by
she's
that.
saying like it's a grim tale.
Is it a out there statement in 2023 to say that if we were to write a story today, look, it's grim. Like no one's expecting, no one's holding grim to the same standard as today.
Why do we have to?
Well, because reimaginings are fun. We reimagine. We make movies about Barbie dolls, and there's a Ninja Turtle movie.
If it was reimagined, no one would care.
That's what, like you said, place it in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Yeah, you place it in the Bronx, and everyone's cool because now this isn't actually a reimagining. This actually is a reimagining.
We're changing things
as opposed to song for song, beat for beat.
Yeah.
But then you just take out essential parts. Like it's so odd.
Yeah, it gives people the sense that you're trying to like pander or cater to specific pressures.
It's very much
of
pandering.
the social like norms
Exactly,
of
yeah.
today, and well, that's
The ever-changing social norms.
Yeah.
You're trying to pander, and
Right.
that's clear.
So that's
they're
what makes
virtue
people
signaling. Yeah, virtue signaling and pandering, and it's obvious. And I think that's what people are most upset about.
So they said the creators of this was Wired. Is that the Wired, like Ben Shapiro's The Wired?
No, he's not Wired.
Okay.
He's
I thought he was
he's the
co-owner
Daily
of-
Wire.
Okay, so it's not that.
Wired is a like very respected technological news outlet.
Okay, so it's a news outlet making a film. That's interesting. That's
Wired's
specifically
making
this.
the film?
Yeah, start from the beginning of the clip. I want to make
Yeah.
sure that that's what they said. Before they show the trailer, they say who's making it.
Because you could tell they're filming on digital. It looks very digital. So wait, that's odd. Okay.
That's why I'm asking. Yeah, who is making this? Because that might speak to why they're making it.
Young
Sure.
urban backlash. Trolling Disney? The Daily Wire news website reportedly
Daily. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Keep going.
No, so it is
Conservative
Ben
media
Shapiro's.
company. Yeah.
So the Daily Wire is making this movie.
So it is Ben Shapiro. Okay.
Okay, so they think Disney is going too far in one direction.
Right.
So the Daily Wire. Okay, that
So
makes
now
sense.
we're getting a
Daily
little more
Wi-
color to the story
The
here.
Daily Wire is saying, all right, if they're going in this direction, we're going to go in this direction.
Exactly.
And how about we
That's
just
funny.
make a movie where it's the middle ground?
Is there anything that can't be politicized
In this
anymore?
day and age?
Yeah.
Nope.
Snow White has just become politicized. That is so funny. There's going to be opposing political versions of a film being released now.
Yep.
That's so wild. And it's Snow
Yep.
White.
Yep. We politicized a Disney classic. D-Live Wire, what up, my
the
boy?
Heck? This is such a polarized state we're in right now. It's
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can't be politicized? If we can politicize a Disney classic,
Yeah.
if we can politicize a cold, a flu, or a disease, I'm so got to be careful with how I even phrase this.
Yeah, especially specific platforms. You get
Yeah.
it close to something,
Yeah.
they'll just take it down.
Absolutely. So so we politicize the wearing of masks. which
Yeah,
is-
that was
it's-
funny. Yeah, that became a major political issue.
Crazy.
So, yes, I guess the answer is yes, everything can be politicized nowadays.
A disease that hurt people, killed, not whatever, even if the news hyperbolized it or whatever, still, this was politicized.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Yeah, you're right. What can't be politicized these
So now
days?
we know everything. So even movies.
So the Daily Wire, good catch. I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, that's
So yeah,
funny.
they're a right-wing media corporation. So they're making their Snow White.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is wild.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. I heard something interesting about Ben Shapiro. He said that him and his wife were like both chaste when they met and got married. They were each other's first lovers.
I bet. Look
Isn't
at
that
him.
interesting? Yeah. He just seems like the type that would be the truth.
What do you mean chaste? Like
You know, that they were each
they
other's
pursued
first.
each other? Oh, okay.
Encounter, first experience. I don't know what I can say on here without it being
Like
too much.
They took each other's V.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
His wife is the first and potentially only person.
And
that-
vice versa. Yeah.
Wow.
They waited until they were married, and
I-
it was college. I think post.
Can I tell you what? I'm not surprised in the least. He looks like he would be. So I had two options on the table. I could either go and be promiscuous and
Yeah.
against God and against my beliefs, or I could wait till marriage and potentially have the love of my life and have the greatest experience ever.
Yeah.
And have that for the rest of my life. So I chose the latter, of course. Who wouldn't? You would. I would. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I've heard a little bit more from him since
Have
we
you
talked
now?
about
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
and yes, that is very
That's
very
him.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's him. That's funny.
So that's interesting. So anything else on this Snow White story? Any other thoughts?
I'm still flabbergasted.
Yeah.
That they're making, I guess Disney being the left wing
Yeah,
Snow White movie,
Yep.
and the Daily
they're even
Wire.
calling it the woke Disney film or whatever. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. If you don't like that woke Disney crap, this will be for
Yeah.
you.
Now you have.
Snow White and the Seven.
And do you think
actual dwarves.
children who these movies are made for care at all.
No.
Which version of this and why and about the dwarves.
Do you know
or
what
who
they'll care
plays
about?
Snow White
If
or-
the Daily Wire doesn't have the songs, they'll care about that.
Yeah,
they'll
that's
prefer the
probably
Disney
true,
one.
yeah.
If it's not as colorful or as silly,
So we've lost sight then of the goal is to make a children's movie that is
Yeah.
going to be enjoyed by children and
but
classics.
here's another issue: is it's just with cinema in general today.
Yeah.
Is so there used to be a thing. It was called the Blockbuster, and Jaws was like one of the
Oh,
first.
dude, Blockbuster, Friday night rentals, pick up every, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, I mean actual like the term blockbuster for movies.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Do you know why they were called blockbusters?
Everyone on the block had to see it. Maybe?
Close.
Okay.
The line would wrap around blocks.
Cool. That
so they
makes
were
sense.
blockbusters.
Yeah.
So the Jaws was was a blockbuster.
Cool.
So here's the problem with today, and it goes to why Disney potentially is pandering so hard, is because in today's day and age, there used to, so let's go back. There used to be tentpole movies, Jaws, right? Like Star Wars. These are huge tentpole films. Even some sequels could be like the Fast and the Furious 5. It's like, oh, this is the fifth one. It has Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it.
Even
right?
before internet streaming and such was so prevalent, that's probably at its height.
Yeah.
Theaters were packed for these
Jurassic
opening weekends.
Park,
Yeah.
The Matrix. These are blockbusters. Here's the issue: is today we have a blockbuster coming out every month,
Right.
If not, sometimes 2, 3, 4 a month.
And they could be on different platforms, not even theaters. There could be a huge like release on Netflix with the biggest stars in the world, millions in a
You're like, wait,
budget.
Nicole Kidman's doing a Netflix original? Like that's the thought back in the day, like weird, but now it's of
No,
course she
it's
is.
totally normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, has he made a bad Netflix movie? I don't think so. There's so many.
They're fun.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Project Adam. Or
I
whatever.
haven't watched it yet. It looks fun.
What?
Yeah, I
so
know. I know. I love it. I love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. And Free
Deadpool.
Guy.
Free
Did
Guy's
Free Guy
fine.
come out in theaters?
No, it came out in.
Dude.
Yeah.
That is just killer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. There's some great
But-
good streaming releases.
Absolutely. But here, so here's the main issue: is so now if you have 4 or 5 tentpole blockbusters that all are trying to break $1 billion,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen, dude. You're spread too thin.
Yeah.
There's too many people. If I go and see The Flash and you go and see Jurassic Park, the new one, whatever it's called, then we're splitting up the money.
Like Barbie Oppenheimer. Yeah.
Like Barbie Oppenheimer. Exactly right. And I went and Mission Impossible the same week.
Oh,
These
yeah.
are
Come
3
on now.
blockbuster films
Yeah.
that are supposed to be $1 billion movies.
Just watching Entourage, because that was still during that time. Remember how important it was what weekend they would release it on? Because this studio had this coming and this studio had this. And it was like, remember how they had to hit a certain number?
Could
or
you
they weren't
imagine
gonna get
back-
a leading role?
100%. Could
Yeah.
you imagine back in that day if Entourage, if they're like, oh yeah, we're releasing Aquaman the same time as a new Christopher Nolan movie?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
never in $1 billion years would they release the same freaking weekend.
Yeah.
It's
That's
so
funny.
crazy that they do it now. And so that's the saturation that has become the tentpole film. So reaching $1 billion, which is insane for a movie to hit $1 billion.
It's so
But it's happened so
crazy.
many times.
Yeah, especially with
Barbie's
Marvel.
the most recent example.
Yeah.
A movie that hits $1 billion. And the Jedi, Force Awakens, Star Wars The Force Awakens, these movies that, Endgame and Infinity War, $1 billion movies.
Did Barbie break any records opening weekend?
Yeah, it broke a bunch of records.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It-
Is
yeah,
Avatar
it did
the original
gangbusters.
still the biggest release?
Worldwide, it's still the highest grossing film of all time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And it's holding that record. That's pretty
Dude,
great.
could you imagine being James Cameron? You have two of your movies are the highest grossing films of all time.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know what Way of Water did. Probably Gangbusters also.
Yeah, and I'm sure he gets points on those movies, right? So he's just.
I'm sure. Well, I guarantee
Killing.
he doesn't even take a fee. I guarantee
Yeah.
he takes
I
just
wouldn't.
back end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bet on himself. Just like Downey was getting points on
Yep.
Infinity
Back
War
end.
Endgame. Oh
Did
my
you hear
gosh.
about the story with Matt Damon turning down Avatar?
No.
So basically, because he was a bigger actor than the guy they got, I'm forgetting his name right now.
He's great, though.
I really liked him.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he was Matt Damon, such a big actor, comparatively especially, they gave him back end deal. They wanted him to play the lead role, and he would have made. He estimated based off it, he would have made like $80 million or something
gosh,
just
of
on that one
course.
on
Why would
one
he turn down a
film.
Cameron film? How was that?
a
It
James
must have been
Cameron
scheduling.
I think
There's
it has
no
to be
way
something.
he just willingly walked away from.
There's no way.
This groundbreaking new technology with the greatest director.
Yeah, his agent comes along with a script. Hey, here's the new James Cameron movie that he wants you to star in. There's no way he's like,
no, I got this Broadway thing I really want to do.
yeah, right. I got this off-Broadway thing that I think's really going to hit.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, instead of the
I
next
want to do
$1 billion
one for me,
franchise.
okay? Not for you.
Yeah. No, remember I did the 3 for you. Now it's the 1 for me. Okay, well, let's reschedule the 1 for you, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy. But
you know who was so great? And for some reason, when we think about Cameron, Bill Paxton in The Edge of Tomorrow.
dude, Bill Paxton in everything.
In everything, but in The Edge of Tomorrow, do you remember
Agents
how
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
great he was?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that was
That
the
movie's
greatest
great.
thing. Yeah.
Do me a favor.
What is my view on gambling private?
Yeah.
That, the fate of, is in the other hands other than our own. Exactly. And what is the punishment for gambling in my barracks?
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, war is the great equalizer. Tomorrow you will be reborn. And he just does it so well.
Dude, think of that and him in the most quotable line ever in Aliens.
Yeah.
Do you remember? It's game over,
Yeah,
man.
it's over, man.
Game over, man. So good. And
I
and
just realized that line. Sorry to.
you're good.
The war is the great equalizer. Tomorrow you will be born again, and he
Yeah,
keeps
it's talking about the
reliving.
movie.
It's
yeah,
so cool. What a cool.
I didn't even
line.
think of that.
Yeah,
That's great.
Genius.
It's literally saying what the movie
Yep.
is.
Edge of Tomorrow is one of the greatest movies ever.
Dude,
I
it's
couldn't.
so Doug Liman, bro. He's amazing.
I couldn't believe it. I haven't watched it since it first came out on
What?
release. Yeah, so it's been that long. It was like watching it for the first time.
You just watched it recently?
A week ago.
Okay, thank God, dude. I'm so happy for you,
Dude, it was literally like watching for the first time. The whole time, I'm like, wait, what? This is the best movie of all time? How did I forget all
great
of
this movie
this?
was. Yeah.
The Louvre is the final. Everything is so cool about that
dude.
film. Yeah.
Yeah, him dying.
The Verdun, what's her name? The something
bitch
of
of
Verdun.
yeah.
No, that was Full Metal. But
Full Metal bitch,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was the angel of Verdun. And Verdun. And
Because she had
she
the
knew
thing,
how
yeah.
to. Yeah, so she became the greatest killer of all time. 'Cause she had
Dude.
a year to do it.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So that scene where they go and they're doing the car chase and everything, and they get in the accident where they have to do the blood transfusion. and
I
he
was
loses it.
so like, no.
So I remember thinking, I can't remember what it was exactly right now, but why not, as soon as they figured out the information, shoot him in the head?
That they were doing that, but in that situation, they got in a car accident where they were both knocked unconscious.
Before you even get there, before you even get into a car chase. As soon as he said, okay.
Well, how
blah,
many
blah, blah.
times had they gotten there, right? It would be up to him.
A bunch.
I
But they
don't
never
think
got
so.
that far.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So how did she? Maybe they can get out of it. But I think in the moment,
I'd shoot him in the head that second. Now, you have the info. Restart. Now go to work.
They do a lot of that. I think the reason.
Well, they had to get it out.
Exactly. Eventually, they had to make it some surprising incident where they had no control. But you're right. Yeah, that through the whole time, I loved how he'd be like, "Wait, no, I can still feel my toes." Boom. Like, yeah, you cannot get too injured. You can't. We have to make sure you die no matter what. What about when they find out it's him, the aliens, and they won't kill him, and he goes to shoot himself, and they knock the gun out of his hand? That's a good.
Why? What's the reasoning for that?
Because the hive mind found him. They knew
need
he had the
him.
power.
Yeah, they're like,
so that
we need
exactly.
to make sure.
So they
yeah.
cut him and so that he's bleeding.
We need
but
you
they
to
won't hurt him.
lose it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what a cool flick.
Yeah.
And the idea of killing this alien and it gives you this power because that has
It's
the power
so
and it's
cool, yeah.
hive-minded with this. Very cool. Such
And
a
then
dope
when he
movie.
gets the full power at the end, he can pull himself even further back. But the war is over because he killed it. So he got to go back in time.
So dope.
Yeah, but with the
So,
war.
yeah,
over.
that confused me. The ending, why he's in the helicopter.
That's because it's because he had a
'Cause he
direct
goes back.
drip of it. Yeah.
Crazy.
So-
But so what else we got?
So, dude, in the world of UAP news, we've got some cool freaking updates.
Really?
I mentioned just quickly the other day that a new book had been released by the guys who ran the OSAP program. They did the Skinwalkers of the Pentagon book,
that's
and we
so
did a
crazy.
Skinwalker episode. We dive into a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of people thought that book was too woo-woo, as they say. Like, there was too much unbelievable stuff, like the smoking dogs and the dino beaver and the orbs. And it wasn't
Most
nuts and
all of
bolts
the
UFO,
book, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In this book, now, just like with David Grush, you can't work in a secret program for the government that's top secret and then write about it without them reviewing the information and making sure that nothing you say is going to directly screw up a current operation of theirs, right? Or release any names that could get people killed. Or so there's a long process. This process, they said, for this book took about 7 months for them to review it and give it back. And something they allowed them to keep in the book was a discussion during a meeting. And I want you to hear what that discussion was. So this is now.
How do we know about this discussion during the meeting?
It's in the book.
They put it in the book.
Yep. So the writers of the book are in this interview.
Okay.
And these guys have ran the OSAP program. So David Grush, he worked for a specific agency within the government. He became a whistleblower. These are not whistleblowers. They are still in this world. First-hand knowledge of the programs. They worked in them. He didn't interview people that worked in them. These guys, they were in their own. The Department of Defense.
What's the TS?
Hired them. Timestamp is 14 minutes and 40 seconds. So they got to, in this book, mention a specific meeting that took place and what happened in that meeting. And this is further confirmation of what's really going on out there. So let's listen to this.
And an agency
probably the biggest revelation
Lekatsky,
ever.
the only one of the book's authors present, posed a question. But this is where it gets good. He stated, meaning you, Dr. Lekatsky, that the United States was in possession of a craft of unknown origin and had successfully gained access to its interior. This craft had a streamlined configuration suitable for aerodynamic flight, but no intakes, exhaust, wings, or control surfaces.
That's what you were telling me before.
It appeared not to have an engine, fuel tanks, or fuel. Now, there's a next part, which I'll read in a minute, but what this is you're officially
that we have possession
allowed to
of
tell
this
us
craft.
that the United States government has in its possession a craft of unknown origin, and you were able to access the inside.
They
Is
actually
that correct?
got to see it.
The wording that you read is correct. You're going beyond the wording.
No, I'm not. I'm asking.
They're not
you,
allowed to
yes,
say
what
anything
happened,
that's not approved, right?
And is
Of
it
course.
true?
They're extremely
it's
careful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you're telling us, you told us, because you were allowed to tell us, that our government has a UFO in its possession and has been able to access the inside of it, right?
Yes.
Well, that's
I was allowed to tell you. Let me show the back of the book.
Yeah.
This is.
I know, but hold up, George.
They can be completely prosecuted
another tack.
for anything beyond what's written in this book. So that's why they're.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A single sentence. That's too much.
No
Wow.
fuel. It doesn't. We
This
don't
is a
know
good
that it
question
travels. Do we know it's a craft or it's just a rock?
George, you're going into the further discussion that occurred that day.
All right.
We can't go there. But let me
Right,
tell
it's so
you,
frustrating.
we're going
So
to try
frustrating.
to cover that in the future. But
we'll take what we can
It's
get.
delicate.
Yes.
It's
100%.
it makes
Why is it delicate?
described in here look primitive.
Why is it delicate? Why is this topic that the United States government has a UFO in its possession and we've been reverse engineering it? You've admitted it. Why is it delicate?
The details. I'm old school.
Who could
I'll use
imagine?
I won't use the term adversary, competitor as the way we describe. We are surrounded, maybe not surrounded, but hopefully not so, by our enemies. And our enemies, you can be sure they're listening to this show right now. You can be sure that they were monitoring OSAP.
Yeah, right.
You can be
Listen to
sure
this.
that perhaps they had employees, hopefully not in GIA, but in the contractor part, were giving out information.
So
I am.
unpack this for a second.
Yeah, holy moly.
So he was able to admit that they gained access to an alien vehicle, a vehicle of unknown origin that didn't come from any of our enemies, that had no control surfaces, meaning no buttons, no controls, nothing. No fuel source, no engine, no visible means of propulsion.
So
But they were able to go in it and see it. And this is a recorded meeting at the Defense Department where this conversation took place. And it was just the fact that they talked about how they were able to gain access to it.
Yeah.
They was allowed to be put in the book. Them actually getting to go in it and what they can't say any of that.
Can't talk about. So let me ask this. How do you pilot it?
Yeah.
How does it fly?
So these guys, it's the most that they'll say is that the UFO phenomenon and the psychic phenomenon are one and the same. That they both have they work hand in hand.
What?
Yeah. That's all they can tell us.
Wait, you said the UFO phenomenon
Yep.
and the psychic
Correct.
phenomenon go hand in hand.
Yep, that's their words. So they have the original pilots of these.
Well, what we can glean from this is they're controlling the ship with their minds.
Right.
What the fudge, bro?
It's pretty wild stuff. So confirmation, so that it's not just David Grush anymore with secondhand information. For the first time, these people are still in this world, in these programs currently, have been able to tell us that we have this stuff and that we are reverse engineering it. So this is further confirmation. Now, when they ask about David Grush, they won't comment on him specifically or what he said, but they will say that not everything, even internally within the government, is true information. And how does that make sense? How could internally misinformation be allowed to thrive within their own databases?
Within their own, you mean between like the DOD and the CIA?
DIA, CIA, between NASA.
So misinformation within between governmental bodies.
Yes. How could that possibly
Intelligence governmental
right.
bodies. Yeah.
I have a clip that explains that. So it's the same video, but 4614. This blew my freaking mind when I heard him say this. I've never heard a guy on the inside tell us this information before. 4614. And this will freaking make you just like, oh, no way.
Programs that are not legitimate documents.
Within intelligence servers, within your industry, there are forged documents inside of our government's, or what are you talking about? Just on the internet?
I'm
are you talking
about both.
Really?
He's like,
what? How could that happen? Forged documents with inside our intelligence agency.
So check this answer out.
They even covered this on an X-Files episode. Every special access program has a counterintelligence officer. That's their job. It's their job.
How disgusting
you
is
might
that?
say, well, wait a minute, Jim and Colin are counterintelligence officers. No, we're not. There's no reason to be. But if you're in a program, you have that person either assigned to you or you bring him in, and there's a source of forged documents right there. Go have your listeners and readers go back through the UFO history, and you'll see fingers pointing to others that, again, I won't name them, that, hey, this is all fabricated.
Okay, let's unpack that.
Like Rick Doty, that's who you're talking about, maybe.
Can't say.
Can't say. So let's unpack that. What he's saying is every special access program, and we know that means any super secret program that's off the books, black budget programs. Congress believes that these programs are not even on those books. That they're siphoning money from other SAP, special access programs, to fund these even more secret, deep black, right?
So why hide and why give disinformation for money?
No, every SAP gets their own disinformation officer assigned to it.
That's insane.
And their job is to make sure that everything they're working on gets muddled, even internally.
But I'm saying,
by releasing fake documents, so
Why?
that the CIA doesn't know what the DIA is doing on this.
But
specific
why
program.
wouldn't you want them to know?
Because
so is
they're
it
not
money?
allowed.
Is it where they dictate where the money goes?
It's all for compartmentalization. It's also that everyone in this program knows this stuff, but these other people can't access it, and they'll even put fake information out there to muddy the waters. That's really all it is. So they're hiding
to muddy the waters to make
Exactly.
it less believable for people.
So if a guy like Grush goes into this topic and starts finding these documents associated with SAPs, that could be some of that could be forged
and that's compartmentalized.
information.
That's one
Yeah.
thing. So we don't have anything. We've never seen. We've never
Yeah.
heard. We've never.
And what it actually was this, but it's
Yeah.
forged, and only people within the program would know what was real and what wasn't.
Yeah.
They're releasing fake documents internally to make it even harder to figure out what's really going on in there.
What's really going on is D-Live.
Dude, that is mind blowing. They're even hiding it from each other and from themselves, so that each compartmentalized group is the only ones who really know the truth, only because they have firsthand knowledge, and that's it. There's no other way to know.
How sneaky. How
It's very sneaky.
crazy.
There's a further in the episode, they talk about how they change the names of programs in when they go out to bid with contractors, so that FOIA requests for a specific program, if it ever comes out, won't find those documents
Not
because they
there.
changed the
Yeah,
name. They don't know what to search
sneaky.
for.
Wow.
Very, very creepy.
Yeah.
Another great part of this episode, we're not going to show the clip.
Yeah.
They mentioned the Men in Black, and these guys from OSAP, they say the real Men in Black versus the government who pretends to be the Men in Black.
The real Men in Black.
Exactly. Jeremy's like, what does that mean? The real, and they're like, that's the real Men in Black versus the government, guys that are pretending. He won't answer the question.
So
Like,
he's saying the real Men in Black versus the government pretending to be the Men in Black.
right.
Okay, so I'm assuming they're saying that the Men in Black aren't government, which is an
government.
assumption that leads to them being aliens.
Being
the
something
Men in
that's-
Black are extraterrestrial.
It's not them.
And then so
Yeah.
the government is pretending to
Right.
act and look like the Men in Black who are actually possibly extraterrestrials.
And yes, but they won't answer that question. They admit that they had their own run-in with the Men in Black, the real Men in Black.
The real Men in
right?
Black, as
So-
opposed to the government pretending to be.
Yep, and the
Men in
most
Black.
information that they'll give us in what the distinction is they say there is enough literature out there that can show that the Men in Black themselves are a part of the phenomenon. That's as far as they'll go.
That's plenty.
That's
I think.
plenty.
That says
means
enough.
that the UFO phenomenon and whatever these things are and where they're from, the Men in Black are associated with that. The government agencies that are coming and doing interviews, they're not the real Men in Black. They are just, yeah.
What?
So much good stuff in this interview. So much good stuff.
This
in
is
book.
Jeremy Corbell's Weaponized podcast.
Yep, and this is the most recent episode.
Most
yeah.
recent episode, and today it's the 19th, August 19th.
Yeah, it came out I think on the 17th.
Okay.
So worth looking into. It's the DIA episode.
That's crazy. I'm gonna watch it after this.
Oh my god. So much fun.
So real quick, let me
Yeah.
ask you this: have you heard about this controversy with P. Diddy that's going on right now?
No.
So apparently, a lot of people are coming out, rappers, R&B artists.
I haven't heard P. Diddy's name in a long time, honestly. So that's just interesting.
Yeah. So a lot of people are coming out. And apparently it's sort of like a Weinstein situation where this has been like a known thing about his parties.
Uh-oh.
And what his parties include are him. First of all, there was a rapper.
A Weinstein or an Epstein?
A Weinstein.
Okay, that's better.
With Epstein
In
tendencies.
context, I mean, in comparison, it's
He's sort of a Weinstein with Epstein tendencies.
No.
Yeah,
This is not
so
good.
yeah. So a rapper came out saying that he saw an R&B artist performing an act on P. Diddy.
Okay.
And he was just one of many to come out. 50 Cent has come out and said, oh, no, I know about those parties. I know about P. Diddy's parties and the stuff that goes on there. So apparently he does not only grooming young men, like Usher was one.
Okay.
Where he groomed him and they would do curious things together, allegedly. But also
that's not what where my head went. I thought we were talking about something else. This is interesting.
No, yeah, this is interesting. So, and Usher, when P. Diddy met Usher, he was quite young. He was like 14, and he would bring him to these parties where there's a lot of same-sex stuff going on.
Yeah.
And so what they're saying is not only is P. Diddy a homosexual that he hasn't, come out and said, and this is like known, like in the industry apparently.
Yeah.
But not only is he homosexual, but he also grooms and has talked to and slept with underage and also of age.
Oh,
you want to
wow.
get ahead? Very Weinstein-esque.
Yeah.
You want to get ahead? Well, you got to give
using
me a
his
head.
position to elicit this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's a huge accusation. And who's corroborating this?
Dude, like dozens and dozens of people have come
I
out.
wonder why it's coming out now. Because there was that Me Too movement where it might have been a good time for something like this.
Yeah.
It's just interesting that now
I
it's
think,
coming out.
and I don't want to get it wrong because I don't want to say the wrong rapper and sound like an idiot, but I think it was when this guy saw it and he didn't give a fuck. He's a rapper. He's
Right.
like, I saw him giving Homeboy,
So
if
this
you will.
happened recently. He's still doing this?
Recently,
Oh.
yeah.
Because, those black and white parties that he threw are legendary.
Legendary, yeah.
And, when I was like a young man growing up, I'm like, could you imagine being able to go to one of these parties?
Yeah, you don't want
the
to.
biggest celebrities and artists in the
Yeah.
world and probably the most fun party ever.
So,
Apparently, there's some dark sides to it.
yeah, and there have been multiple people that have come forward and said, it's not the party's not upstairs, the party's downstairs. That's P. Diddy's real party.
Holy crap.
And that's where it's basically like an orgy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is
And-
anyone like legally looking at this now? Is there like a investigation of any kind or?
I don't know. Nobody's that I've heard has spoken about P. Diddy getting
so
indicted.
no young people have come forward as victims yet.
So they've asked. So throughout the media, you can go back and look, and there's been multiple interviews where people have alluded to it, and like someone will say like I was at P. Diddy's party last night, and somebody on the radio broadcast with them will be like, oh, well, I hope you made it out okay or whatever. So, and there's a bunch of these videos of people saying stuff. There's one video of P. Diddy himself talking to another rapper, and you could tell how uncomfortable the rapper is. He's like, "You coming to the party tonight?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh man, no, I can't tonight." He's like, "Nah, you're coming. We'll have fun, man. It'll be like last time, remember? Blah blah blah." And the rapper's like, "Yeah, no." He's like,
Yeah,
"I
if it's
can't
like
do
last
it."
time, I'm definitely not coming.
They're like eating food and like not like, and it's a podcast.
Yeah.
But he chose to eat food and like ignore him.
Oh, that's
it was
weird.
so weird, dude. So yeah, somebody put together like all these videos of P. Diddy.
Oh, that's
saying weird stuff
because I heard so much good things about him from so many people. When they made that Get Him to the Greek movie, the way those guys talked about working with him, it seemed like he was like a legitimately fun, cool guy.
And he might be, but he has some crazy, creepy tendencies.
Who cares about the same-sex tendencies and stuff? Especially nowadays, there's not.
I don't know why
he'd
he'd even hide it. Who gives a shit?
Right.
Yeah. Who cares?
So yeah, it's not going to make you less of a tough guy or whatever.
No. Yeah.
Not now. Yeah. But the other allegations, that's different. Grooming so that's scary stuff, man. I hope if there are any victims, if they come forward, that if it's true,
Usher potentially may have some things to say. But not,
do you think a guy like Usher would come forward and admit that happened to him? That's very hard for people.
Because I think then he thinks there would be a stigma and people would look down on him. Oh, you did what to who?
Like he would, but it wouldn't be on him.
It's victim blaming. It sucks. Yeah, but that's the mindset.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, P. Diddy's going through a lot. Not only dealing with these accusations of being homosexual and grooming and having these parties within parties where he does crazy orgies and
stuff.
Epstein and Weinstein style stuff. But he also is dealing with, what's the other thing that I just heard that he's going through? And I'm like, oh God, this guy's just going through the ringer right now.
I wonder what Jennifer Lopez would say about any of this.
I know that was my first thought too.
Or Usher, he's probably not going to say a word.
He hasn't said a word yet.
He's probably like, if it's true, he's probably not going to want to get into it.
Yeah, there's another thing P. Diddy's going through right now. That just slipped my mind. Anyway, it's okay.
Man, that's awful. At least it's getting, if it's true, it has to be dealt with. It has to come forward. People have to account for that kind of stuff. You're ruining lives.
Yeah. Chat, what's up? What do you guys, this is going red. What's up with you guys? What's up? What are we talking here?
Yeah. Wow, that's a freaking atom bomb right there. We have to follow up on that story.
I know.
The more
what
that comes
is
out
the
about
other
that.
story about P. Diddy? I was just thinking of it, and it was, so it's the grooming thing, and
It's more to do with his personal life, a relationship thing, or a witness, or a musical thing, or getting a lawsuit, or did he get into an altercation with somebody, or anything like that? I'm just trying to jog
I know you're
your
trying to jog my
memory.
memory, and oh man, I don't know. I'm just spacing. It's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Play some videos. So real quick, before we end the show, I wanted to say we know that during the David Grush testimony, he wouldn't say a word unless he was in a skiff, like a secure compartmentalized information facility. He couldn't talk about anything unless he was in these skiffs, right, with the Congress people. They were recently granted access to a skiff, and it should be at the end of November. So Grush is going to be able to give his full testimony to Congress. Congress is still on the fence whether or not it's true, whether they're really going to let them have a skiff this time, because they denied them a skiff before that hearing, and they felt like they were never going to get it. But so Burchett came forward and said that they were granted a skiff, and it should be the end of November. Obviously, the House has a lot going on that they have to deal with right now, so this is kind of on their back burner, but they will be speaking to him. And if we do have time for any videos, I got some UFO videos we might be able to throw up there if you want.
Yeah. Oh, Jamie Foxx came out and talked about P. Diddy and his parties and stuff too. But
so what's this clone thing with him, dude? So many people think he's a clone. Have you seen how he has no tattoo on his head anymore? It's gone.
He had a tattoo on his head?
Yeah, he's had a tattoo on the back of his head. And now any recent videos or pictures of him that people have caught, like one was recently where he was at a McDonald's.
I remember what it was.
He has no tattoo on his head. And then there's videos where that's gone. It's not there anymore.
Did he
the
get it
tattoo
removed or
artist
something?
posted on Twitter. He goes, "Hey, I know for a fact that there's supposed to be a tattoo there because I'm the artist that did it, and it's gone." Yeah, he's like, "Where is it?" He's like, "I did the work."
So
that's
I remember the other thing, and let me
do it.
say it all so it can be concise for everyone. So not only is he dealing with these allegations of grooming and these parties within parties where he's they're sleeping with each other. It's basically like orgies. Not only is he dealing with all that, but the guy who killed Tupac came out and said that this guy that he was dealing with said he was paid by P. Diddy to do it. So the guy who actually killed Tupac.
Oh, he's saying that.
Yes.
That's crazy because I know they caught him. He's been arrested here in Vegas. Yeah.
So the guy who actually killed Tupac said that this guy, Doc or something, got paid $1 million to have me kill Tupac. Wow. And I never saw a penny of that money.
Yeah, of course.
And so he said, "Oh, I'll pay you
paper
this.
trail of $1 million or whatever." Yeah. I'm sorry. That's
so
not
P. Diddy is also dealing with the accusations that he's the one who killed Pac. And Eminem said it.
So many people thought that was the case.
Yep. Eminem said it in his song recently. In the Kill Shot song, Eminem said that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow. It's crazy to get confirmation of that if it's true.
He said,
if there's any evidence of it, that'd be interesting because that was always the rumor.
I know. Always the rumor. But Eminem says, Kelly, what's his name? Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
Kells, the day you put out a hits, the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
funny.
Oh man. Clever wordplay too. But
so yeah. So hopefully more.
We got some videos,
more
bro.
On this story in the future.
We'll do a quick little video Rooney for our boy Chase here.
Yeah. So we'll do more on this story as it comes out, especially the Tupac side of the story. I want to know more about that. End of November, hopefully we'll get the skiff, and Congress will be able to tell us what they find out from David Grush if they're willing, and then we'll end on some cool new UFO videos.
Let's do it.
Given that we talked a little UFO today, look at all the people pulled over to videotape this.
Yep, it's a lot.
So it's not just
I don't know, bro.
CGI thing. All these people stopped their cars to video this.
I mean, no se mueve,
Dude, that's freaking wild. Yeah, it's just hovering. We don't have any circular craft that hover with a big green light.
Pointing it right at him. And now he's turning.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Flashed.
Yeah, you see him?
Yeah, it just flashed.
I'm lasering at him, and he's curving.
That's wild when they react to the lights.
Yeah.
The lasers, yeah.
Dude, when they shine lasers back at you and shit, this is so weird.
It is weird. Yeah, these things move so weird. Yeah,
Like the
no craft does.
flickering.
Oh, that was wild. It almost like appeared.
Look at that. Turning on a dime like
Yeah.
that.
Next video.
The highway right now.
Yeah.
This is the original footage of an UFO and a plane, filmed in 2008. We have enhanced the quality of the original
Holy
video.
shit.
That is a wild looking craft.
So
Is that the
clear
top of the
that
strat?
skeptics did
Yeah,
not want
that's
to
what it
believe
looks
it is
like.
real.
What the fuck?
That's big too. It's like 4 stories. What a
You think it's that
weird
big?
looking thing. It looks pretty big.
It does look pretty big. Holy
This
yeah,
is the
that's a
original
cool. That's a
footage,
cool
dude.
one. Oh, this is
I
cool.
love these.
Yeah, these are fun.
Cat lover. It seems too good to be true. That last video.
Oh
baby,
yeah. Could you imagine? Yeah, that's the thing with these. Is,
Holy shit.
Like the one with the multiple witnesses, that looks real to me.
Holy shit.
Yeah, what is this? It's on Google Earth. You gotta do Street View, bro.
Yeah.
Can you? You can.
Yeah, he's doing it.
That makes
Don't
it
tell me
even
the trees
more
are blocking.
convincing. What
How is he
building
filming
is
his
this? I
finger?
wonder
Is
what
he
building
filming
it is.
a
A screen, yeah.
Holy fuck.
Oh, it's
what
like it
is
just
that?
landed there on top of a building.
No, it's hovering.
No, I think it's actually on it. That's a cool one.
Was it on it?
Yeah,
I believe it was
set.
hovering.
It was just set right on the corner there, like landed on it. Look. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Maybe they got off and went. There's a UN building. Could you
Or
imagine?
you know, it'd be right. Or it's a like that's an art installation.
That'd be cool.
UFO real.
UFO real.
Oh, that's a weird one.
Oh shit, that's Independence Day, boy.
Yeah, that's huge. If it's one craft and that's the windows.
Yeah. You see an alien?
Yeah, those are crazy. You can see
That was like a
inside
UFO
of it.
train, boy.
Yeah, that's what. Oh yeah, or a Harry Potter train.
What?
These orbs, dude. They're finding these everywhere now. Oh shit!
Fighter jets flying after
Look
it.
at how fast they have to go to catch up to that thing.
And look how effortless and silent this thing is.
Hey there, see you.
We don't even hear it. We hear
Yeah.
the planes coming.
And when the jets come, it's gone. Look, you can't even see it
It's gone.
anymore. It's like, nope.
It's dead silent. And it's a sphere.
That's creepy, yeah. These things are freaking nuts.
Insane. The same guy.
It's Mars.
He just spends all day on
Yeah.
Google Earth.
It's a lot of work.
What in gods?
Are they just like highlighted areas or something?
Who? Google Earth?
Yeah. Or no, maybe he like highlighted them to be able to find it or something?
I don't
Because
know.
we know there's no blue terrain there. Oh, okay. He's going, yeah, you can do this now. Isn't
Because
this
there's
sick?
rovers that went.
Yeah.
Oh wow, fuck.
Isn't that weird, dude? It looks like freaking Arizona. Like, I love it.
It is Arizona. That'd be great.
Right?
It does. It looks like
Did you know
Vegas.
NASA colors the pictures red? They filter it red on purpose. Oh, shit.
A monolith?
I didn't expect that. Yeah.
That's fake.
That's got to be.
Yeah.
Because that would be the craziest find of
That'd
all
be
time.
the craziest find. That guy, Stanley
Was it
Kubrick, was
an
100%
obelisk
right.
Or a monolith?
A monolith.
Oh, that's so weird, bro.
Last one. What we got?
Oh, yeah, the new cameras that can zoom in on the moon. How cool are these? I think they're the new androids. You can actually zoom in. Their zoom is so clear.
Look at that.
Yeah, you can see the moon.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, there's a craft on. Yeah.
Look at the clouds.
We don't have anything up there
in
doing
front
that.
of the moon.
Oh, it's dropping stuff.
100%.
That's weird.
Oh, that's like another craft or something. It's
Yeah.
going very slow. I
It's
guess
like
the gravity
Think of
would
how
be.
big that ship would be compared to the moon. Look how big that is. That would be huge, that craft.
Gargantuan.
Yeah, that would be like a mile long. That's cool.
Wow.
That's our last one we have?
I don't know if it's the last one we have.
Oh, we got to take off. You're right.
Yeah, but. Yep, that's the last one we
Okay,
have.
cool. That's fun.
Wow, dude. No joke, huh? Intense. Well, I'm Cat Lover. I'm glad you showed up. Chase Mack, D Livewire, Happy Teacher Mom, Tina Zarega, Love you guys. Chase Mack, of course.
Yes, thank you to the
guys,
chat, man.
Appreciate you. We love you. From Jared.
Yes, thank you to the chat. Some fun topics today. Let us know what you like. Throw something in the comments. Share the videos. It helps us out a lot. Like and subscribe is always important too. If you're joining us for the first time, let us know the topics that you like to talk about or what parts of the show you loved. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We love doing this.
Yep. And as soon as this video ends, you comment on this video. So we're very close to a milestone, and I'm very excited. So just keep watching the channel, guys. Old videos. We got a lot of good stuff. We appreciate you. We love you. And we will see you Tuesday for TPTNS. We got a fun, spooky episode planned.
Oh, yeah.
Has my hair been like this the whole time? Anyway, love you guys so much. We'll see you Tuesday on the Flip Flop. Love you. Laters. Bye.
Fun no sleep month.